Okay, go ahead.
All right, call to order. Second item on the agenda is approval of the minutes. Did everybody get a chance to review the minutes? And if
Yes.
so, any corrections or amendments? If not, seeking for the motion to approve.
So moved.
Do we have a second? All right, minutes are approved as written. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Minutes are approved as written. Michael. All right, 22 Fall Festival. Let's just shoot down the list. All right.
Just printing out both that I started remaking.
All right.
The pre-event one, Gail confirmed this week about pumpkin, so that's been completed. Mary Beth dropped off all the decoration. Before you got here, Dale was talking to Marco, if you pick them up tomorrow and want to drop off the approved payment and the invoice, I can have a check for you Saturday morning for them.
Okay, I will. I think they wanted me to pick them up Friday morning.
Okay.
That's 2 days. Okay.
Yeah,
So
today's Wednesday.
So I will just bring a receipt to and you can mail it whenever the payment.
Well, I was just saying, if you're around and want to drop it off on Friday, John cuts all the checks on Friday, so I can have him cut one that day.
Deal. Okay. Duly noted. All depends. Yeah. I think she wants me there at 11. I'll double check, and if that works out, I should be able to get back.
And if not, it'll just be a delay till the next Friday. That's all.
Correct, and I'm fine with that either way. Thank you.
And then, as we mentioned, he'll keep him in his truck, and then they can just put the bales around his truck, and we can do the decorating station around his truck.
Now, do we need bales? Do we have
the?
I have Ryan has 30 bales of straw on order. They're picking up on Friday. Some for the area around where the School of Rock plays. We usually put some out as seats for family if they want to sit and watch, and then we have another bunch for the pumpkin decorating. Make a table, we'll make some seats, and that's kind of how we did it last time. Like we made a little table out of the straw.
Okay, and the straw bales, are they going to be recycled going back to the farmer?
I believe Public Works will keep them and use them for when they sod or seed. They'll recycle them.
Yeah, if not, we could donate them. Yeah. If you guys want to do that.
I'm willing to take a couple, take them off their hands too. Donate them back to the farm.
Well, we either can take them. I did a wedding and I took them all back to the farm. If they're in good shape, they can put them right back and give you credit back. If you want to help the farm, we can donate them to a local school, like for decorations out front, a couple here, a couple there, Goodwill, or
whatever.
People on the border and whatever.
I can afford the $5 to buy my.
I will, and
whatever you want to do.
Talk to Ryan tomorrow what they're going to do with them afterward, and
as long as they're not getting wasted, that's all.
Just a word of everything I bought was washable. So.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah,
appreciate that. My grandson should make a mess.
Truck appreciate.
I didn't realize we were putting him around Dale's truck.
No, okay. I'm going to have my daughter's going to help, and my grandkids are going to help. And they're going, what that's going to be worth. But what we're going to do is I'm going to have my vendor booth next to it, which I brought a check for my vendor spot. Yeah. So I'll do a Dale Rimmer siding tent, my truck, and that way I can keep an eye on everybody and keep them right in the bed of the truck and just keep getting them out as we need them.
Okay.
Sounds good.
So, okay. So let Shell know
because you didn't hear from Regina, right? Armitage. Because she did the face painting a couple of years. So.
And if she wants to do it,
no, that's fine. If we didn't
my daughter's just here
busy.
To help.
No, bring your kids. Yeah, bring your kids. I guess.
Do we not have a face painter?
We do.
Okay.
We paint.
And we have
we paint with pride.
We have.
We side with pride.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Now, do we have tables for those and for the kids that are decorating the pumpkins?
That's what I mean.
We're gonna use the bales.
The bales of hay. We put them on that. That way we're not cleaning a table, even though they're washable.
Okay, I wasn't paying attention to that. Sorry.
I did buy tablecloths. So if you want to put up a couple tables,
I love the idea, but
to save the table.
It worked pretty well last time. Using the idea of like that fall theme. Here's a little straw table. Throw the pumpkins and the painting stuff on it. Let the kids do whatever they want on it. It can be a mess.
Yeah. Okay.
No, that worked out good.
Awesome.
It does work out pretty well. The only thing I'm also meeting with Ryan and them tomorrow to just talk. There's the Bucks Bubbles thing needs water, so I may have to change where some things end up, as we talked about too, I'm just gonna throw, rather than have the yard sales be the stepchild off to the side, I'm gonna put them in the lines with the vendors. And I think as a prerequisite to going in next year, as we talked about, I think we just have, a vendor or space fee. Because I have a lot of people that'll call and be like, well, how big's the yard sale space? Because they're trying to get out of paying $15. So they'll ask, how big's the yard sale space versus that? So let's just put
Okay,
everybody in the same thing.
one reason, you gotta be careful with that. Remember the yard sale folk, they're gonna wanna leave their cars there.
Well, I'm gonna email them all tomorrow. We've sent out confirmations, but I'm gonna follow up with an email tomorrow saying we're gonna change things up this year, and we're gonna put everybody together.
Good luck, boss.
So they can be angry, but
They're creatures of habit, they are.
gotta break some eggs to make some changes. But I think that's gonna be the better.
Well, I mean, we have plenty of room. It's not like the field was tight. We occupied maybe a third of the field.
I agree. I just like the way their vehicles were on the edge of the baseball field. And it kind of kept that separate, kept us all down in the grass.
And my other reason for doing it is we have 12 vendors. I think we have 12 to 15 vendors, so it's not a lot.
Right.
To give the appearance of
more people.
More people in that middle area.
Put them all together.
I just think that's the thing I'm trying to go for.
Yeah, just keep them on the one end.
Yeah, we can.
Of the vendors, and then we'll put the other ones in front. It should look good.
You come into this, bringing your kids? No,
That's
right.
You got it though. Good luck with that.
There's
one day in the entire year that I cannot be here. It's that third Saturday.
All right, what else we have that's in progress?
On the pre-event stuff, most of it is just the baskets that are left.
Yeah, I know. I owe a basket. Did you hear from John?
No, I will call him tomorrow.
And is Kathy actually bringing 6 baskets?
She's doing 5.
5.
Wow. She already dropped off 3. She said I checked the shell, and Kathy said she had 2 more.
Okay, I'll text John. Make sure.
Well, everyone text John. Let's all text John.
When I was talking about spraying the food pavilion for Yellow Jackets. Remember we talked about that?
Too.
And I need to set up the cooking area the way I like it, because I'm left-handed, and
you're the chef.
I'm the chef. So I'll spend about 10 minutes at the cooking area on Saturday morning to set that up.
Yeah, I mean, I can't the time and stuff I had there. I don't anticipate that being everybody's there. I just, more or less the time of let's get people started moving in, setting up their spots.
Yeah,
and then
we can do both. We can do both.
Yeah,
let's just put the table here and put the grill here, and that's it.
And Public Works is going to be there the whole time, so we'll have some flexibility.
So same as last year.
Yeah, I talked with Ryan, and he said that the guys there'd just be too much for them to do to make them 3 and 3 to set up moon chairs and tables. Especially in the morning, it would be a lot. So, and we didn't have enough volunteers for the cooking area. Normally we need at least 3, if not 4 to handle the, taking the money and everything.
All right, sounds good. Sounds good. School of Rock, I will call them, see if they could slot 15 minutes earlier. And that's the only thing that's pending there, right?
Who's going to take care of the voice display?
Since
we're missing Chief.
Yep, that's on my
the display too.
Chief Clauser has COVID, so he's not going to be able to be there.
When did he get?
We have a management team meeting tomorrow morning, so I'm going to see him remotely, and I'll make a note to bring that up. Who he's going to have assigned? I'm sure
they're doing the popcorn and everything they usually do. Yeah,
I'm sure he's on top of having somebody at the booth, because normally there's at least an officer there too.
Yeah.
So I'm sure he's going to have at least 1 or 2 people there.
Is this fresh? Did this just happen?
Yeah, just
this morning.
Okay.
Hey, going back to School of Rock, Professor, you talked to Bill May about the stage. Do we still have that?
Stage.
We still have it, right?
Confirmed,
okay, good.
And I made sure they pulled it out and made sure it was still intact.
Perfect. Thank you.
The other thing was, as we get down, every station was filled. Like I said, the only thing I ran short on was trash, food, that kind of stuff. So that's why the other reason for having public works day the whole time, to make sure that there's enough people for those things. As far as food goes, I did look in based on roughly on last year's prices. You know, a typical cost of a cheeseburger, taking into account everything. If we pay for everything, obviously Marco's been able to get Giant to donate rolls, which he said he's going to pick up on Friday. So all our hamburger rolls and hot dogs are going to be donated by Giant.
400.
So 200 of each, I think, right?
Yep.
Rolls, you said?
Yeah, the hot dog ones and hamburger.
That's awesome. Which one?
A typical cheeseburger would cost $1.55. We were selling them for, I think, $2.
We used to sell for $1.
I think we sold the cheeseburgers for $2 and everything else was $1.
Everything was $1.
Sorry. So my a cheeseburger is $1.55. A hamburger was $1.45. Hot dog cost 82 cents. Based on this is all based on these quantities. If we do two, like right around 200. 34 cents for a bag of chips, 29 cents for a beverage. I propose a cost of $4 for a cheeseburger, $3 for a hamburger, $2 for a hot dog, $1 for chips, $1 for a beverage. And also I created combo meals to save $1. Cheeseburger, chips, and a beverage is $5. Hamburger, chips, and a beverage is $4. Hot dog, chips, and a beverage is $3. Perfect. Trying to keep it away from quarters, change, round numbers, but not, you know, overly expensive, but at least show that we're.
I like that. People are already shocked about inflation, so might as well join in.
Yeah.
No, I think that's reasonable. I think that's reasonable.
We don't have debit yet, right? In the township?
Yeah. Why are you giving me nightmares and odds you have something else I'm gonna end up having to do? I know it's coming at some point, but
put on your iPhone.
Yeah.
No, I think that's reasonable. Does everybody agree that's reasonable?
That's fine.
I think that's reasonable.
Okay with that price?
No, I think
that's just the number I came up with by
These
looking
are
at
the
it.
Costco burgers, right? They're huge.
Yeah, they're the Kirkland. Usually we get the Kirkland brand ones.
No,
Yeah,
I think that's very reasonable. And
I mean, I don't think you're paying less than if you went to McDonald's. So
no,
it's supposed to be a fundraiser too.
The only thing we need to do is get the signs out there
that say fundraiser.
Well, no, that say, you know, the cost of the combos and the cheeseburgers.
I'm going to work on Shell's off to help me tomorrow with some stuff, and I think that's something I'm going to loop Shell in, but getting the updated signage and stuff for that.
If you guys had printed on cardboard on a heavier stock paper, that'd be good.
We'll probably do that, and we'll probably laminate it
for next year,
like so we can save it, and so people spill and stuff, it'll be all right. It won't get all.
Yeah. No, I mean, I wouldn't necessarily go through the effort of laminating everything, but it's up to you guys.
I was only planning on making like 4 or 5 of them for all over. I wasn't go crazy.
Good.
We only need them for the food tent.
I like that combination, Mike. That's a good idea.
So thinking about the combos just to make it.
Are we getting coffee and donuts still, or?
Not with the timing of it. Normally we started doing that because we were getting out. Everybody's out here at 6 or 5:30 in the morning.
Okay.
Right. We threw a lot
of
donuts away last year. That was Mark going on.
And I mean, to me, most of the time we got that was for public works and everybody, like the committee and everybody that was there super early setting up, so they had something.
Right.
Okay. Well, that's good because that'll keep some of the yellow jackets away for a while.
Yeah. But coffee, I don't know.
Other than that, I think I have every station covered.
Just saw the beverages.
No coffee in the morning for you, Mark? Are you good?
I get up very early, and then I'll be wired by the time I get here. So.
Okay, so as long as public work guys don't need it.
No, they're gonna come. They're gonna get to come in at like a normal-ish time, 8:30.
Let them have their own coffee before they get there.
Okay, it'll be later than their normal day. So.
What about bottled waters?
That's included in my purchase.
Okay, so we have them.
We're gonna have bottled water that's part of it.
Are they courtesy from North Wales or no?
that North Wales didn't do it, they just wrote us a check for $1,000.
Okay, so it's on them.
Yeah,
Perfect.
I mean, that's what I mean, we're up to $7,600 in sponsorships,
That's good.
which is, I think, I go back and look, but I think it's probably one of our better years as far as that
Yeah.
goes. So I think that new format with the premier sponsorships really helped.
Yeah. Plus, I think everybody's a little bit more generous this year, so there's less of a fight.
Yeah. So, but either way, regardless of how it worked, I think this is one of our better years with those, you know, considering I think we've raised that with the fewest amount of sponsors we've ever had for it. So,
All right, good.
so other than that, everything else is on track to go. Like I said, at that meeting, anybody have anything else?
Do you have a map of where you're putting everybody and where things are going?
And that's, yeah, I will have that tomorrow. I'll make sure I send that out after I meet with Ryan and them and finalize that stuff. That way everybody will know. And my goal is to sort of get that out as much as possible to the vendors and everybody so they'll have an idea where they're gonna end up.
Set up. Okay.
One thing that, remember where the petting zoo was last year? And we put the School of Rock right next, well, like between the pavilion and let's say where the
Swings.
Usually we put the School of Rock, well, we used to put the School of Rock between where the petting zoo was last year and where the food court is. Like, you know, we're like pretty much right in the middle. We just gotta be careful of animals now because School of Rock's pretty loud. We just gotta make sure that the petting zoo doesn't get affected by the music.
Well, they usually like the petting zoo in the shade for the day.
Yeah, like well, at least this is just I'm thinking the stage is closer to the food pavilion on that back fence, right?
Can be.
And
between the swing, like on the opposite side of the swing set and the food pavilion.
and petting zoo's
Yeah,
out
we
by the
like
car
the-
show, right? All the
The
way over
petting
that
zoo is
side.
on the other side of swing
Yeah.
set between the swing.
I would
set
just
and
make
the
sure
car.
that we have a distance just
Yeah,
in case.
we can do it, but we'll try and push them a little further down,
Yeah,
but I
yeah.
try and keep them in the shade because they want the shade for the animals.
Good.
But hopefully it's gonna be a beautiful day, so,
Yeah,
Oh, it won't.
82, I think.
you know. Hopefully it'll be a very nice day for everything.
Yep.
And then, like I said, we can work next year because of how many people want to be premier sponsors. Maybe we do see if we can throw some different events in. We talked about the Coleman Farm bringing their horses and doing hay rides and stuff like that.
I definitely like that idea, making it more active activities.
Yeah, I mean, that can be discussed with the committee too, as we shift this thing. Does it become, it's not less of a fundraiser and more of a community event, and talking about that, but that's, you know, a discussion as we continue moving forward with what it needs to be.
And I was going to mention, I keep mentioning that, you know, it's a fun, you know, basically a fundraiser for us for Veterans Park. So we should make some people know, like most people that come think it is a township community day. They don't.
I mean,
It's a little bit of both.
it's a little bit of both, but I wasn't here at the beginning. I know I've always felt that that's kind of how it's been shifting since I've been here. I mean, Marco can speak to, you know, the first view. I've only been here for the last,
Yeah, I'll be dating myself.
Yeah.
so
Yeah, it's been what, 5 years now, right?
the 12th one. So
Five times 3.
Yeah, it's
It's
great.
The other thing we should do maybe is during our time off, meaning like after the fall festival, if we see something that works, let's say like I was just noticing at Warrington, they had their farmers market and they had a car show. So maybe it wouldn't hurt for each one of us to, you know, maybe find out what it would take to get, you know, a 50-car show out here. You know, if people would be interesting, what do we need to do? Do we make our names known that we would be interested in September to have a car show? You know, same thing with if we wanted a food truck or something, maybe do a little bit more homework ahead of next year's fall festival. That makes sense what I'm saying.
You're talking about a separate event?
Or
No,
part
just
of
so
it.
we know, like, we have a list of 6 people that are, let's say chairman of the car shows.
Okay.
Car show A, B, C, D. So maybe we can call those guys on the list right away and say, hey, we're having a car show September 17th of 23. Would you be interested?
We have sent letters to like car club, like some of the
Right.
local car clubs. We send letters about it.
Yeah, but to be frank with you, letters are nice, but they go in a circular basket a lot of times.
Yeah, I do.
Right.
Just like Pappy's Pet Resort. I mean, she goes, oh yeah, I saw that email, but when somebody speaks
and that
directly to that person, it's more involvement.
and just to continue on that, like that's why some of the stuff I talked about with this year, like those are some of the things I want the committee to be more involved in getting the face out there. Because if it's not, in the past, I felt like that turned into staff cold calling businesses. And
no, you physically have to go see the people. I think it's just, we're in business. Face to face is the best way to fundraise.
I think we should migrate more towards the community day, but I think somebody should talk to the township first and find out what their position is, because it clearly will be more money. If you start adding events and people, it'll be more fundraising.
So to me, it becomes more or less about necessarily vendors, but more about putting out there what things we did this year. We're going to have a hayride. Who wants to sponsor the hayride? Whether it's, Coleman wants to put their advertisement on it and hang somebody's banner on it. I tried to go away this year for Bill May's sake with the painted flags and stuff, and made sure I changed those registration forms to be, if you want a banner hung up, you give us a banner, we'll hang it up. I have a couple in my office that'll get hung up over the weekend, but put more of the onus in the business to do some of that stuff rather than Bill May having to paint 35 individual flags every year.
I think the township is interested in expanding the fall festival as a
Well,
township
maybe
event.
you can find out and report back to the board, and
That's my job.
What it would be nice is basically digital coming here, including in our meetings. When somebody can make a presentation, but like a digital board, putting vendors on the digital board right at the fall festival, like nothing necessarily fancy, but a lot of times you have these little trucks, and they have these
Digital advertising.
Yeah. And if somebody sponsors, it would be nice to have their name pop up every so many times. Something of that concept.
That would be an interesting. We've also talked, I believe, in the capital plan that we're passing. We put stuff in for digital signboardage out rather than the sign that Bob changes the letters, getting something that's a little more visible. And to your point, we can do some stuff like that too along that road. With that signage, change the imagery on it and things like that.
And some of the things we can do are very inexpensive. For instance, a mock car crash, have the fireman open the trunk with the jaws of life or what have you. An ambulance crew come in, take the patient, and do a whole mock scene so a kid can see. And no, if you're a little kid, when you saw a fire truck or an ambulance, your heart races.
Well, yeah, you have to talk to the fire company.
Well, of course they would. I know, and it would also be the township has to.
Any opportunity they have to cut open a car, I'm sure most of those guys are happy to do it.
Well, it would be a way to get people interested.
If we set a fire somewhere that they could put out.
No. Well, I'm gonna presume to know the board's idea about that. No fires, thank you.
No fire, no alcohol.
Before COVID hit, we were thinking of doing more of a community fall festival. Meet the staff, meet the supervisors, that type of involvement. If you have a question for somebody, there's be a tent with the supervisors out there. You can answer questions or what have you. And of course, COVID hit and all that blew out the window. But, it's something we could do a community day with a portion going to Parks and Rec, a portion going to Veterans Park, a portion going to here and here.
Ask the supervisors a question, $1. Sure, why not?
Yeah.
That's a way to raise funds.
Supervisor dunk tank.
Supervisor
I would
Ducktail.
volunteer for that.
Careful,
I've
Mike.
said that before. I think that's a great
Fast.
idea.
No, but you know, that type of involvement, you know, it's
Yeah,
it would
should
be
be.
good. It
See,
would
we're
be-
laughing already. 'Cause
I'll
it's
be,
fun.
I'll be wandering around all day. I'll be here.
So I
Here and
appreciate
there.
everybody that's gonna be here. I know Stephen, you have a previous engagement, so have fun.
Every third Saturday in September, yes, for the rest of my life.
So get used to it, folks.
But I will make sure the map gets sent out tomorrow night. I plan on being here a little later than next week to just finalize everything.
Great job.
I'm ready and mentally prepared for it because I'm a big fan of preparation versus running around like a chicken with my head cut off the next morning.
All right. So,
Okay.
yeah, that would be
so,
the only thing I would be, I could always text Chief and see what his, I'm sure he's got some plan, but,
Like I said, I'm gonna see him tomorrow morning, so he's joining
Okay.
us in that
Zoom.
via Zoom. Send him a link today with the set. So
okay.
All right, sounds good. Anything else?
nope, that's all I got.
So we'll see you guys Saturday morning. Motion to adjourn.
So move.
Oh, hold that thought. One thing I forgot. I talked to the Boy Scouts. You said no fires.
Well,
Of
we're
fire.
not setting something on fire to put it out.
No, if the Boy Scouts set up a camp as something else going on and a, you know, way of possibly getting boys to join the Boy Scout, boys and girls to join.
Are you talking about like a fire starting little thing? Like
No.
a badge?
Fire ring.
They'll have a fire ring and they'll make a camp and they'll just act like they're camping
Yeah,
out,
well, that's
man.
what I mean, like the
Whatever
Boy
Boy
Scout
Scout.
things.
Yes.
To it. They're not gonna be out there with lighter fluid and
No. What they would do is probably put a Dutch oven in the fire and then it just smells the whole joint up, and you'll be like, yeah, whatever's in that I want. It's really cool and they're right in our
Just run
hometown.
it by Andy. I don't see a problem. You have to run it by Randy.
yeah. But I mean,
It's in a
if you
control.
talk to them, like just have them send me whatever they're doing. I just want to.
I didn't ask until.
Probably a good idea to
Have a bucket of water nearby.
have at least. You know,
And
Don't
one
we
other
have
thing.
fire trucks in the field? Aren't
Well,
they going to be there?
here's a little problem. We need to have, they need to make sure the fire is contained
In a fire.
and separated, so we don't have some 3-year-olds running into the fire, okay?
Understood, but they are teaching the kids to be responsible about fire and
but
nature, and
We're
that's the
having
whole
small
thing.
kids
I
and parents
understand.
get distracted, and yeah, someone's gotta make sure we don't barbecue and eat small children.
Understood. I will talk to them
Other
if they're
than that,
even interested,
I don't think it would be a problem.
but not in barbecuing children. I'm sure that's not their thought.
All right,
Second.
so, we have motion, do we have a motion to
Oh.
adjourn?
We already did that.
No, no.
Mary Beth,
You went,
Oh, yeah.
That's why I asked for a second. Dale.
do we have a second?
Second.
All right, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion to adjourn.
Sorry.
All right.
Kill it.
Let me go home before I,
Happy birthday.
thank you, thank you.
Happy birthday,
Thank
buddy.
you, thank you.
Birthday,
Thank
happy
you, thank
birthday.
you.